Welcome to the Court of the Grange Diaries. I'm Capella from Ryan, British author and screenplay writer. I hope you all had a really wonderful weekend. I know I did. I'm sorry that I didn't get yesterday's video up and done, but the weather actually got the better of me yesterday. Trust me, I came out and I tried every angle. I even tried to do it inside the house, but it is so small and so dark. The lighting just wasn't good and you couldn't see me. I kind of looked like a dandelion. All you could see was a little bit of a bright head and everything else was so dark. So I'm so sorry. But today it's really bad weather again. So I've come into the forest here where you can see where the nice green ferns with us. So I'm going to do this as quickly as I can because the weather is about to turn really nasty and the wind is howling a little bit. So I'm going to speak up a little bit louder and I hope that doesn't translate that I'm shouting at you. No, I'm not Anne. I don't shout at people unprecedentedly and for no reason. So hopefully you understand that if my voice is a little bit more raised, it is because the wind is howling in my ear and it's quite hard to actually hear myself think at the moment. So I wanted to get straight in and cover December 2019. So this is going to cover my first Christmas here at the Court of the Grange. My first Christmas in France. And I was so disappointed because coming to France had been my dream for so many years, like at least 12 or even more. So I couldn't wait for my first Christmas. I love Christmas. So Christmas to me is the best time of year. So I was super excited about having my first Christmas in France. And it did not go according to plan. So I'm just going to quickly wipe my eye because the wind is so strong and it's bringing tears to my eyes. So my first Christmas, leading up to Christmas, we were given instructions that Anne's daughter was coming over from England and we weren't supposed to talk to her, we weren't supposed to get in her way, she didn't want to see us, despite the fact that we were paying rent to live in these premises in the first place. And then we were also forewarned that if for whatever reason we ended up engaging with her daughter, we were not supposed to stand up to her in the sense that her daughter's a very strong, opinionated woman and she will literally oppress anybody that disagrees with her. So if we disagreed with her, we were to expect that she would literally go at us full throttle and we weren't supposed to disagree with her thereafter and just appease her. And I'm like, what world does Anne live in where she thinks that she's a tyrant and that she controls people? I mean, this world is the place that it is today because we all have different opinions and it's a beautiful place when you can disagree respectfully with somebody else and maybe learn from somebody else as well, rather than just being hushed up and a yes boy. I mean, if I agree with somebody, I'm absolutely going to agree with them, but if I don't agree with them, I'm not going to, my first reaction is not to get aggressive or volatile or abusive in any way. So for her to normalize that and then give us our full warnings beforehand before she comes over as not to upset her daughter, that does not, no, I'm not paying rent to be told anything like that from anybody, and neither should you. Nobody should, because nobody has that control over anybody. Right, so the other thing was, for weeks leading up to Christmas was this lecture upon lecture every time she seen me was about the cut of meat, because I am such an airhead, according to her, that I have no idea what different cuts of meat are and what how you cook them and the rest of them. I have no idea about that type of thing because Anne dictated that I don't, for some reason, because it would then compete with her intellect, because she's absolutely omnipotent and nobody else in the world knows as much as Anne. So she harassed me, like, go to my butcher, spend this amount of money on meat, because if it's not organic or if it's not from my butcher, I'm not going to eat it. And I don't care like how long it took you to cook it, whatever, I'm not going to eat it because I want to eat quality. So I ended up spending €70 just on meat to accommodate her because it was Christmas and I was trying to make the effort and I didn't want any more drama leading up to Christmas, because by this time I had already spoken to Anne and Tom that particular day and addressed my issues, why I was uncomfortable and why I wanted to leave, and why Anne specifically, more so at that particular time, was making my life a little bit more uncomfortable than it needed to be. And I'm not a confrontation type of person, but I've told her this beforehand, that there's a point with me, I will get pushed and pushed and pushed, but I'm such a patient person, I take an awful lot. But then when I get to that point, this is really the first time in my life where I've actually really gotten to the point where I have no more patience with a particular person. And even my husband's known me now 16 years, since our 16th anniversary next week in fact. Even he's never seen me so frustrated and so lack of patience with any particular person, apart from him, of course. That's married, but you know what I mean. So I And then I was coming into late November, going into early December. They introduced me, Anne and Tom introduced me and Colin to Barbara and Simon. So she introduces me, not for the first time, but for the second time, as basically a drama queen to these people that had never met me. And I called her out in front of Tom and said, you should, because she says whenever she introduces, oh, I've already told them all about you, I've already told them you're such a drama queen. And the way she says things about you behind your back, and even about you to your face sometimes when she forgets herself, it's very, she means it. It's not, oh, I'm only saying it as a joke, it just came out the wrong. No, it's not anything that she's saying purposefully to try to pin people against the other. And this has been proven time and time again, and it's been proven now since February, whenever the drama started, and then she overspilled that onto Barbara and Simon when they didn't need to be involved in anything. But anyway, she introduced me as a drama queen, and I called Anne and Tom out, and I said, you don't introduce, I said, this is the second time you've introduced me in a very defamatory way to people that I've never even met, or just met, and it's not going to be a third time. And I told her straight there wasn't going to be a third time, because I'd never do that to anybody. I never have. I would never even have done it to her. So why she feels the need to be like that, just to put herself on a pedestal. So that was basically how she introduced me for the second time. Then I confronted her and told her everything that I wasn't being. The thing with me is, people will know that in my writing it can be dramatic, but that's part of the entertainment of writing. In my life, I'm actually a very calm, patient person, very timid. But there's a point with me that, like anybody, has a certain button. There's a certain amount we can take, and then we have to defend ourselves. We have to stand up for ourselves. And she got to that point with me, and pushed me and pushed me and pushed me until I wasn't keeping my mouth shut anymore. I never raised my voice to her when I addressed these matters. I was never rude. I was never disrespectful. I was just to the point. And I just give it to her straight, in no uncertain terms, concise English, where she understood and she admitted to everything. And said her daughter said that she's the same way. And even Tom says, well, you do talking to people that way. And well, yeah, I do. And she had no excuse or reason why. She just does. It's just her. But that's still not acceptable whenever you're making people who are paying for their own rent to keep them over their head, and that Tom and Anne said to treat them so disrespectfully. And when it comes to dramatics, I mean, I've never met anybody more dramatic in my life, or immature in my life. Dramatic and immature, it would be the easiest and quickest way to sum up Anne. And let me just quickly go for my notes here. So we've got that out of the way. I'm going to leave this one here for the time being, because I'm about to go into Christmas, and it's going to be a good 10 minutes long explaining those circumstances. So I will be right back on just 2 seconds. So I'll see you shortly.